Numbers have already surpassed those from last July 4th weekend. Later this morning, Police Superintendent Larry Snelling and the mayor will discuss the situation we are in, and that is set to take place about 1 hour from now. Nearly 100 people have been shot since July 4th morning. The youngest victim, an 8-year-old boy, the oldest, a 74-year-old woman. Overnight incidents included a homicide in Austin. Police went to a home on the 200 block of North Central Avenue to conduct a well-being check. They found a 36-year-old man on the kitchen floor bleeding from a gunshot wound to the head. Evidence techs found several shell casings on scene. 3 men were wounded outside the University of Chicago Hospital Sunday. The victims were standing at 57th and Cottage Grove where someone opened fire from an SUV. One victim was shot in the nose. Police also found a blue Dodge Charger riddled with bullet holes. Weekend shootings with multiple victims included an incident in Columbus Park at Menard and Jackson in Austin. 2 people exchanged gunfire and took off. A total of 7 people were shot. A 40-year-old man died after he drove himself to Stroger Hospital. The youngest shooting victim was 8-year-old Bryson Orr, killed in Grand Crossing, where a balloon release took place to remember him and 2 female relatives who were also killed. Several people fired into a home at 71st and Woodlawn July 4th at about 6 a.m. 2 other young boys were also injured in the attack. And the numbers went up even though additional officers were deployed over the holiday weekend. And the mayor over the weekend announced the opening of an emergency services assistance center for residents of communities affected by the ongoing violence. We expect to hear more about that at a news conference at 9 this morning. Outside police headquarters at 35th and Michigan, Judy Wang, WGN News.
Okay, so family, another bloody holiday week in Chicago. Nearly 100 people shot and killed. People of all age demographics, from young to old, people who laying down in their homes, resting, getting shot, people at parties shot. 2 people were even shot standing outside of a hospital, and I believe those people were out there waiting for another victim. When does it stop? You have these young men out here that are just cold and callous and emotional, and they're ready to shoot and kill over anything. And the sad part about it is the mindset that these young individuals have because of this rap music, drill music, and all this other foolishness. Killing is, they feel like that makes them tough. They've actually made killing cool. And let's get this straight before we go any further. Black people in these communities are hardworking people, like I say all the time. They stay out the way. They're raising their children, trying to make a better life for themselves and their families. But you have these animals out here. And I try not to condemn our people, but these are animals. Anytime you shoot children and wipe them away, anytime you take parents, one of those victims, I believe she had almost 9 children, I believe, living in the home with her. You just took that woman away from her children. How is their life going to go now? And then you hear people say, oh, defund the police. Defund the police for what? So that these goddamn savages out here can finish the rest of the hard-working, taxpaying, church-going folk off? Shooting for no reason over small stuff, social media beefs? This is foolishness. And you talk about defund the police and policing in our community, but when you act like a goddamn animal, then you'll get treated like one. That's what's happening. These police, most of these, I'm not saying that it's not bad officers, but the majority of these police officers out here, man, they ain't bothering nobody. They want criminals. You know how many times I've been pulled over by a police officer, gave them my credentials, and they, man, slow it down, or go get this, or go get that, take care of that. No problems, no issues, don't even get a ticket. But you got these young fools out here with no fathers, because I'm telling you, the majority of those young men that are out here doing those shootings There's no fathers in the home. There's no man in the home. I bet you can take all of the ones that they caught, and majority of those homes were fatherless. And that's the problem. They're being raised by women. They're emotional. They ready to go at it and take a life over anything. So what's the solution for it? And the solution is to have men back in homes. Our families are broken up, and in our community, we're incentivized to break our families up with all of these damn government programs. Literally, people don't even have any incentive to stay together and work on things and raise their children together. And we're not going to always say that it's the man's fault. We're not going to lay this all on men and say they're walking away from their families. That's not always true. That might happen 50% of the time, maybe less than that. The other 50 to 60% of the time is because women are breaking their families up. You don't need a man. When you can go to the United States government and fill out some paperwork, or you can get Section 8 child care, you can put the man on child support, you can get public aid, you can get Medicaid. The government has become the child's father. So they're incentivizing divorce, separation, fatherless homes. People are getting divorced left and right, breaking up the family. We already know that the majority of divorces are filed by women, upwards to 80%. Why? You're also being incentivized by the law, via the law, to break it up. Because you can go and take everything that y'all built together and take half of it, then go sign up for all these government programs and live a life. And so these young men, these cold and callous individuals who don't even, I believe they've come to a point to where they don't even feel that what they're doing is wrong. We need to have family again in our community. That's the answer. I believe literally, outside of God, family will fix 75% of our problems. 75%, even our economic issues. If we had 2-parent homes again, where these men can get in these boys' ass, he can establish law and order in the family. He can raise his son to be able to deal with authority. He can raise his son to think, to move off logic and not emotion. That's what these fathers are needed for. Father is the person that's feared in the house. These boys don't fear no mother. Father can come into the house and say something one time and everybody shape up and ship out. Well, mama been bitching about stuff all day and nobody's doing nothing. That is the problem. Let's just face it. Let's just look at the statistics. The data is there. There are better outcomes when it's 2 parents in the home. There's always going to be exceptions to the rule, but there are better outcomes when it's 2-parent families. The majority of these young men that are in the penitentiary and out here committing crimes, sex crimes and all, come from single mother homes, fatherless homes. We know that now. We've looked at it. So the government really needs to get out of the way. But they won't, because they don't want to see us come together. They don't want us to be family again. They benefit off of our dysfunction. They make money off of our divorce and separation. They make money off of us, our children being driven into prison because they committing these crimes. So tell me, why in the hell would they get out the way? But that's what it is. They need to. They want to solve that problem. I guarantee you, if you start cutting some of these programs out, you actually see some change. You start, because people will have a necessity to try to work things out. And then the same way you've incentivized divorce, separation, fatherless homes, with all of these programs, if you turned around and you incentivized two-parent homes, let's put together a program to where we're going to give tax benefits or money or help to people who have the mother and the father in home, people that are married, people that stay married up until this amount of time. We're going to put this program, some type of program, some type of situation to where you're incentivized to stay together and keep your family together. Fund something like that. Since you funded all of these things that have caused dysfunction in our community, do that. Turn around and do that. Put the same amount of money and energy into incentivizing two-parent homes and marriage. But as soon as people start divorcing, separating, having these fatherless homes, all the benefits, they opened up to them. So 100 people, nearly 100 people shot in Chicago. They've got more police out there than ever. They got more cameras out there than ever. It's not working. It's not helping. Because the root of the problem is family. We don't have families. We don't have a family structure. We don't have men in the house. You can bitch and moan all day, but how are we changing things by continuing down the same path of destruction that's destroying our future, that's destroying ourselves, that's turning our children into animals? And then we have these record labels and stuff helping out with their conditioning through media, bringing out all of these different type of artists that rap about violence, drug use, wastefulness, the ratchet, low-life lifestyle, like it's cool. They conditioning our people. We got to wake up. We got to do better, because we already realize and see that nobody's coming to help us. We have to make the decision for ourselves. And I'm sick and tired of people talking about white supremacy when we out here fucking killing ourselves, killing each other. You want me to worry about KKK? You want me to worry about Donald Trump? You want me to worry about some racist person, some system? And I know, we know that white supremacy is present in America. That's the foundation of this country. But at the end of the day, what affects me more is my own kind negatively. When they out here actually killing women, children, granddad, grandma, aunties, that's what you got to worry about. You need to really be focusing and concerned about the young guys on the corner. I'm not worried about no damn KKK. I'm not worried about no damn Proud Boys. I'm not worried about these idiots that's walking around with these damn, with their face mask on and all this other stuff. I'm not worried about that. My main concern is these idiots around in these neighborhoods shooting and killing women and children. They have become the enemy. And I guarantee you, we know that these people have put things in place to destroy us. But now we know that. We know that they have put things in place to destroy us. So now that we have the information, let's make the change. Because they can't change it. Even if they could, they wouldn't do it. They've had a chance to do it. We're destroying ourselves from the inside out. And so miss me with the bullshit. I don't want to hear nothing about no white man. When it's black men killing men, women, and children. Miss me with that bullshit. I don't want to hear it. I'm not having no conversations about that. We can attack that problem. We can go after that issue when we come together and have some unity in our homes, and we start to build our community up, and we start to become family again, and we start to become an economic power and force in this country. We can go after that then. But if I can't go to the grocery store, if I can't send my daughter to the store, my wife can't be sleeping in her home because it's individuals out here that'll shoot up a house and don't give a damn who's in there, then that's what we need to be focused on, family. Just keeping it 100. Listen, if you enjoyed the video, if you got any value out of it, give me a thumbs up. It's much appreciated. If you're not a part of our family, the Young Black and Wealthy family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and come on, bring it in. And don't forget to get a family hug from me. I say that at the end of every one of my videos so that I can invoke the thought of family, because family is important and that's what we're missing. So call up your son. Call up your stepson, your nephew that you know is out here wilding, and have a talk with them. Try to fix the relationship you have with them, if that's the case. Talk to them about God. Tell them about who they are. Bro, we God's people, and we out here killing God's people. We are his chosen people. Tell them who they are. Talk to them about who they really are. And maybe if they start to see some value in themselves and one another, they'll put the guns down. God bless you. Be safe out here. I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care.